DJ Sailor guy.
Even when I'm getting started.
God damn it, dude. Restart.
No, we're not doing
mean?
it. We're going with your fucking loud mouth.
No way. Come on. Let's restart this. Let's do this appropriate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cigar City Sports Podcast with your host, Jack Austin. And obviously, Nello is here because he can't stop from opening his mouth as soon as I press record.
I was just excited. North Carolina lost yesterday.
Yeah. That's right. We are going to touch on that for sure.
God damn it, dude. I didn't know you were going to hit the button.
For somebody who doesn't care about college basketball, and I got to say, my record is untarnished. I don't care about it still.
No, well, you lost yesterday.
All I know is I came out and said, hey, is North Carolina's good, right? And Clay came at me and said, I just said that it was a down year for talent.
It was a down year for talent in North Carolina.
Ryan also said, nah, North Carolina's not really there. You were like, no, North Carolina, no way. They're not good. And what did they do? They went to the finals and they beat, who is it? It's like a community college. What is it?
They beat Duke.
Oh,
man.
Duke. That was your team.
That was my team. I
Yeah.
had a chance to win my bracket. And freaking Duke. God damn it, Coach K.
I can't tell you how much joy it brings me to see a legendary coach like that go out on his shield against a rival for the game to send him to the finals.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Give
it's
me
so
a
good.
break.
So good.
North Carolina played good against Duke, but they Atlanta Falconed that final.
They did, right? They
15-point lead.
That's what I saw. They had a 15-point lead and lost it. How does that make you?
I mean, Kansas wasn't making shots under the basket and stuff like that in the first half, and they just got it together in the second. There's just too much talent on that Kansas team.
Hey,
and Bill Self
congratulations
is a hell of a coach
to them. What a year for Kansas City. Or what last couple years for Kansas City.
I guess
I mean, they won the college basketball
Super Bowl win, one Super Bowl loss, and then a national title in basketball. That's all they got.
Huge.
Well, they did win a World Series a couple years ago,
What's
I guess.
the city of Philadelphia got?
Super Bowl 3 years ago, baby. Or 4. Is it 4 now? Has it been 4 years? Hey, a Super Bowl is a Super Bowl. Plus, we went to the playoffs
got
last
that too.
year. So what?
You're saying Casey nothing for them to
We
go
had a Super Bowl with less talent than Kansas City, and we beat the best quarterback in the game.
Yeah.
When he was with his cheating ways in the Patriots.
How about last year when he was with the Bucks?
I don't want to talk about last year. What are we talking about last year? We went to the game.
Gonna keep getting into this.
We went to the game last
That's all I can
year.
do. Speaking of going to games, I was at a very disappointing game for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
How many losses in a row is that for the Lightning?
That's 2, yeah.
That's two.
They lost to
Toronto
the
last
Habs.
night.
Yeah, they didn't lose to Toronto last night. They got taken to the woodshed.
I mean, but honestly, like Austin Matthews, holy shit.
I mean, here's the difference though. So like when I was at the game with the Habs, we had Ryan Elliott in goal.
Wasn't
And
Habs the first?
He had 2 solid periods in goal.
Yeah.
He was really actually showing up. I was like, man, I don't mind this guy. He's let a few in that were hard to stop, but he was doing okay.
Right. For a backup, he's okay.
And you know what, though? It's not at all completely on him because we shouldn't have gone to a shootout with the Habs that were 18, 39, and 7.
I think the first team eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the worst team in the NHL.
And I didn't know this either, but Martin St. Louis is their head coach.
Oh.
Interim head coach.
How's that working for him?
Yeah, right? Well, interim, so who knows?
Isn't he from Montreal?
I have no idea.
I know he's from Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also in the.
They're all the same up there.
He's in the Ring of Honor up here in Tampa.
I mean,
and shows up and wins with his team.
He was part of the transitioning from trash to
champions. For sure. Part of that first Stanley Cup victory, 100%.
Yeah.
He was our Yanni Gord.
But that's okay because you know what you want. I mean, it's not good that the team downtrending, but you don't really care right now. There's only a few games left. There's only a few weeks left in the regular season. So they're going to rest players and let's get Vasi fresh for the playoffs. Although I must say,
Vasi was a part of the 6-2 spanking. He was the starter.
I'm just going to say this right now and just put it out there that the Florida Panthers are going to win the Stanley Cup this year.
Yeah, I've heard that.
My boy
before.
Claude Giroux is going to get his cup. And he's not going to get it with a Flyers jersey. He's going to get it with a Panthers jersey. And then we're going to buy that said Panthers jersey and we're going to wear the shit out of it.
We as in you?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll wear it too.
No, I won't.
You'll look good in it.
No, I won't.
You'll look good in the Florida Panthers jersey.
But I'll tell you what, that is the team to beat in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
The Panthers are coming in red hot. It's going to take a lot for somebody to beat them.
Panthers, Boston, and Toronto. If Toronto can keep scoring at will, if Matthews can keep doing what he's doing.
Matthews had a hat trick. That guy was outstanding.
Was it 52, 53 goals in like 48 games, 47 games, something like that?
I don't know that stat off the top of my head, but I
nuts.
do know that that's insane production.
Over a goal a game.
Yeah.
And which in the NHL is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, that's not the whole season by any means. But yeah.
No, but that's
for that last stretch, it's incredible.
And then like if you go to the West, like Colorado and Minnesota look like the clear favorites out of there.
For sure. Minnesota being I think the big favorite to come from that.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Minnesota's going to take Have you seen Colorado? They're another team that just turns it on and scores at will.
I mean, that's great, but they didn't do very well last year in the playoffs either.
I agree that, but McKinnon and company,
sometimes these teams fall apart when they get to situations like this. And let me say this: do I think right now that the Lightning are going to have a third Stanley Cup championship in a row? Absolutely not. I don't. Do I want that? Of course, I want that. Am I going to bet against my Lightning? No, you have no shot at that. But I think that there's a lot of tape on us. And we have been going the distance the last 2 years and playing playoff hockey at a high level. Now, I think the Panthers and the Lightning have a big problem because if they play each other, I don't know if they play each other so damn hard that they don't have anything left for the rest of the series.
I mean, you guys probably aren't going to play each other in the first round, right? Cause they're 1 and you're 3 or 4, depending on what's going on.
Yeah, they're 1 and we're 3.
Right. And so you guys would play Montreal. No. You guys would play
as of right Toronto? Now, we would be scheduled to play Toronto,
and that's not an easy matchup.
Actually, no. Yeah, no. Toronto, we would be scheduled to play them,
right? Because the Bruins are 4.
Yep, we have 43 wins. Toronto has 45, so we're 2 games back from them. Now, this could change. We got plenty of games left. We have the entire month of April.
Listen, I wouldn't want to play the Rangers either, honestly. The Rangers are a pretty scruff team. They can score pretty well, too.
I'm going to take it back. I do stand by Minnesota Wild being the team to beat in the West. I think they're going to be scrappy. I think they're going to win. But looking at Colorado's numbers right now, 49 wins, 104 points. I mean, they're beating even the Panthers. But I still think the Panthers are the best team because I think they play the best opponents. It's iron sharpens iron.
I do like the Wild now that they have Fleury and net. Fleury's been doing pretty good for them. They have a pretty consistent goaltender. That was their Achilles heel throughout the beginning of the year. So now that they got that in check, we'll see what happens.
I mean,
look, the Flyers are eliminated already.
Yeah,
22 wins. That's not going to get it done, guys.
No, but looking at this right here, you guys dropped. Oh, you won your last game. That's good.
Woo!
But look at the top 3 in the East. Panthers 4-game winning streak. Maple Leafs 5-game winning streak.
Well, technically, the Carolina the Hurricanes. So it's Panthers and then the Hurricanes, and then the Leafs, and then the Lightning.
Yeah.
No, then the Rangers and then the Lightning.
Oh, because of the wins, yeah.
Yeah, well, because of the points. The Rangers have 94. But that'll all change by the time the year is over.
For real. Yeah, it will, big time.
But the Rangers came out of nowhere, if you think about it. No King Henrik this year. A bunch of young guys, and they were with bottom feeders last year.
Yeah. But I still think it's going to be very interesting to see. Let's go to the wild card right now. Yeah, here we go. As of right now, wow. This says the Lightning on the bubble.
Yep. I don't think they lose it because, I mean, Washington's got 84 and the next team's 73. So I think you guys are set for the playoffs. I think the playoffs are set with Florida, Toronto.
I think if we
Boston.
lost out and Capitals won out, that'd be the only chance.
But they still make it. They're still 1 and 2.
Right. And nobody else is going to jump that. So it's pretty much a lock that we're in, although it's not mathematically a lock yet. But it's going to be interesting. Tampa Bay is going to have an uphill battle if they want to be a 3-peat team.
Scroll to the West real quick. Let me see.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Nashville and Vegas. Vegas fall from grace, too.
That's what I'm saying.
With Dallas and Winnipeg, maybe.
Yeah. You know who I feel bad for is Yanni Gourde with the Seattle Kraken. Good Lord.
Jeez.
What an absolutely terrible thing to happen to this guy.
What if you play in Arizona and the Coyotes have been bad their whole existence?
Except for on a few
And they literally
games.
have the ugliest mascot. I don't even know what that thing is.
What Arizona's
Have you seen the coyote symbol or mascot?
So it's a coyote is what it is. You just said it. It's in the name.
Yeah, but look at how stupid it looks.
Look, it's in the name. It says Coyotes right there.
I get it, but look at it. It's like half white, half like.
Oh, so you're upset with the art department.
Yeah, somebody needs it between them and the Kraken. Right. I don't know who's worse.
But I need you to say it's a coyote.
I know what a coyote is. Okay. It doesn't. Does that look like a freaking coyote to you?
Yeah, it does. Looks like the Arizona.
Are you kidding me?
Coyotes mascot.
It looks like a reindeer with the damn horns on its head.
I need you to draw me a reindeer. Just when we stop recording, I want to see you draw one. So
look, it looks like a reindeer.
Okay. It
looks like Rudolph with a red nose.
Wow. Really burying that joke, aren't you?
Trying, but
you're turning that horse into glue.
God damn, it's not working.
Good Lord. Oh, man. So in typical Cigar City Sports podcast fashion.
Are we making a bet for this?
For what?
For the playoffs. We got to do something. I'm taking the Panthers.
Listen, I'm ready for you to pay on some of your outstanding debts.
What are my outstanding
before I
debts?
add more to your debt with the house?
Speaking of debts, Michael Wise, where's my shoey? God damn.
I mean, he's already said he's going to do it with some good production. You're welcome
Waiting.
to reach out to him. So is the rest of our audience to see you there, Miss Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Is that the only one?
That is not the only one.
What's the other one?
Oh, the lightning symbol in the middle of your chest.
Well, you know what? I've had some health issues. I'm still getting over it. I'm down to do that now. The left side of my body is not feeling shit, so I won't feel that.
That's fine.
I'm ready.
Then maybe we'll have him Clay do your taint instead.
What? I don't want him near my balls. He might like it.
Oh, man.
No, man, I'm ready to go. Like, let's do it. Cigar City Sportscast out there in the world. If you the damn Dallas Cowgirls cheerleading outfit.
It's Cowboys.
It's Cowgirls.
I can have you dressed like a cowgirl if you want.
If you find the Cowgirls cheerleading outfit that doesn't reveal the tiny bits at the bottom of the downstairs, I'll wear it tomorrow.
You know what, guys? I'm going to call his bluff. He's not going to do it. You know why?
What?
Because he's not even willing to look for something that's his own damn size.
It's sold out. Because
therein lies the truth.
I'm going to be real with you. All them big girls in Dallas all want to be Dallas Cowgirl cheerleaders on Halloween.
And I bet you something
And it's sold
else.
out, dog.
I bet you if you polled 1,000 men, they would rather see those big girls in Dallas wear those than you.
I'd be looking good with my shaved legs in that thing, man.
You're going to shave your legs?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Aren't you worried about getting trespassed from wherever you go?
I'm more worried about my nut coming out of the damn fucking bottom shorts and then I'm going to jail.
Well, you don't have any balls until you do it, so we'll have to find out.
I'm down to do it, man.
All I hear is a lot of, I'm down. I can't. No, it's just too bad that I can't find the outfit.
Find the fucking, I'll pay for it.
Why am I finding it?
I've been looking.
You're the one who it needs to fit.
So not only am I getting executed, but then I got to find my own bullet?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's part of the bet.
But I did look. I even had, trust me, Laura wants to see this too. Like she's like, oh well, you know what? It would be funny. Like you would never recover.
Funny is not the word.
Well, you know what?
It would be hysterical.
Maybe somebody might actually, maybe a rich guy would be like, hey baby, want to go for a ride?
I want to pay you to wear that and say difficult things about me. I want you to wear that and then slander me.
So I'm assuming you didn't watch that basketball game from North Carolina.
No, because basketball's not my sport.
But you said you watched them play Duke.
Yeah, because I wanted to see you cry about it.
Wow.
And because I said that North Carolina was going to be the team I would pick. I'm happy they made it to the damn finals. Every time we talk about basketball, I mention the Looney Tunes.
Well, you know what? For a blind pick and just like this guy's going to the finals, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Especially with the brackets like this.
Nobody picked St. Peter's?
St. Peter's, the Peacocks.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, their three best players are all entered the transfer portal and going to bigger clubs now.
Yeah,
too.
and their head coach is gone too.
He went to Seton Hall.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
He played there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I bet you he was happy as a pig and shit to hear that.
Well, he got paid a lot more money.
And so you say their top three players all left. Mm-hmm. Where'd they go?
Well, they entered the transfer portal. I think it's early.
So they're waiting for somebody to call them.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think a tier 1 team calls them?
That one kid, the white kid with the stash, I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Their shooter, he might get called. And they had that one. They're not bad. Like, they're not like Duke or like UNC tier teams, but like
that are going to call them, you mean?
But like another top tier, like mid tier.
You know where they could go? Because I did see this is LSU. LSU does not have a single scholarship player on their roster.
Well, they all left.
Yeah.
All 13 of them entered the transfer portal.
And one of them.
Why would they go to LSU? They're going to be banned.
What do you mean?
Well, once the ruling comes out on that basketball team, they're probably going to...
I thought it wasn't the basketball. I thought it was the football team with OBJ.
No.
It's both?
It's both. Well, the basketball team is the one that's going to get the... What did they call when they did it to SMU?
Penalty.
The death penalty. And the football team might lose a few scholarships, maybe not be bowl eligible.
That would suck.
Brian Kelly.
You know, Brian Kelly, you weren't going to get there anyway, buddy.
Don't tell him that. Let him find that out on his own.
Yeah. All right. So what I was going to say originally was in typical Cigar City Sports podcast fashion, we end the episode, and the next day, the biggest story of the week comes out.
What was that?
So literally the day after we're done recording, actually, I think I sat down to export it and send it off. We get the message that Bruce Arians stepping away as the head football coach.
I wonder why that happened.
So...
I mean, I know why that happened.
Oh, you do?
I do.
You educate us, son.
No, you educate me first there, UNC.
I didn't say that. I was just going to have a commentary on it. But you have insider knowledge.
Right, I'm 100% sure that him and Brady don't get along.
Oh.
100% sure.
Gotcha.
And I think the only reason why Brady came back is because Arians like, I'll leave. I don't care. Because, Arians even said it himself in one of the interviews, like, he didn't do much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's very true.
So,
look at the second tier of the team. You got Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles.
Two of the most experienced, not Leftwich, but Bowles had coaching experience.
Yeah.
It was the last time the Jets made the wild card.
Last time Jets had 10 wins, if I'm not mistaken. Prove me wrong.
And it wasn't his fault that team sucked.
No.
So I 100%, 150, 200% believe Brady and Arians just did not mesh. Not on like a human level, but like on a football level, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
You know what I mean?
Arians is a bomb the ball down the field kind of guy, and Brady is not that quarterback.
Well,
he can make that throw.
Not on a consistent basis.
But not as often as Arians likes to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think my football acumen lines up a lot more with Brady of manage the clock. You don't always need to go for 30 yards.
You just need a first down.
You can go for 5 and 10 every single down. You really can, and walk down the field on people, especially with the talent that all these teams have right now. But
well, why do you think Arians stepped away?
So that was part of my big post that I put in the Facebook group. Is I think all of us as Bucs fans expected this at the end of last season anyway. We expected Arians to be done. He's 71 years old. He's not doing much anyway, except for sitting in the golf cart talking to guys, and that I understand. But the thing is, the one thing that may have surprised me is that it happened the way that it did, so much later. Right? I don't think Brady was willing to return if he had issues with Arians, and it was hinged on Arians retiring. So they're not going to announce Brady coming back before that happens.
Right, Brady comes back, and then a few weeks later, he steps down. But he's not really stepping. I don't think he's even stepping down.
He's not. He's actually stepping into a front office role. He's the head football consultant. We'll probably still see him on the sideline.
Exactly.
He just won't be carrying a clipboard or a microphone.
You'll see him like watching the practices, giving his little inputs here and there, maybe player personnel, just like input and shit
just
like that.
Just input. It's all he's going to be now is input. He's not going to be a decision maker. That goes strictly to Todd Bowles.
Now, we get Todd Bowles and Leftwich are the two most hottest commodity OCDC that were out there.
Except for like maybe Eric Bieniemy.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't Bieniemy get jobs 2 years in a row?
I don't know.
I think he's got a personality
part of that,
issue, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Or maybe he's promised the Kansas City Chiefs when Andy Reid steps away.
I mean, that could be it, and that's what I thought Leftwich and Bowles. Well, we all knew that's what Leftwich and Bowles were waiting for anyway.
But does it make sense that Leftwich didn't take a head coaching job and came back as an OC? Or do you think he has more control now?
I think it does, because he would have had to go to Jacksonville, and clearly he did not agree with what was going on in Jacksonville. But he came back here. And I think him leaving to go like he was going to go to Jacksonville is one of the big reasons why Todd Bowles got the job.
Do you think that he had an inkling Brady was coming back and was like, okay, if Brady's coming back for a year, I can give another year, get more experience, put my name in a hat for a better job next year?
Oh, Leftwich? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think he got wind of that. Maybe that's why he ended up leaving. Because obviously what you hear in the news, even when it's like, oh, we get clarification, even that could be fabricated. Brady could have been talking to those guys a long time and saying stuff like that. And then they just go, no, we only found out 2 weeks ago. Okay, yeah, I don't believe you. So now we've got Leftwich in the building with Brady for one more year.
Do you think if Todd Bowles has a bad year that they keep him or do they get rid of him and let Leftwich give it a shot?
Absolutely not. They don't let him go. He is there to be the head coach.
Did they re-sign him for a longer team, for an extended contract?
I didn't see a contract extension story.
Me neither.
But that doesn't mean it won't happen.
Yeah.
Is that part of your salary cap when you're signing a coach? That's different,
know.
Yeah?
I think that's different.
Because they can pay him whatever they want.
Because is the coach part of the front office at that point?
Yeah.
So that I don't think their salaries have anything to do with players. I don't know.
I know that coaches don't get compensated anywhere near what the players do.
Maybe we should look this up.
Oh, we could.
All right, let's do that.
So anyway, in the meantime, Todd Bowles steps up. We promote our linebackers coach, Larry Foote, who used to be an old banger at linebacker for the Steelers. And we also do Casey Rogers, who was a defensive line coach. Both of those guys step up to do co-defensive coordinator duties.
How does that work?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. I don't know how that works.
No, they do not count on the cap. I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does that work? How does two defensive coordinators, what if one wants to call blitz and the other wants to call cover 3?
Right.
I
think it's a matter of preparation and getting those guys
or
going.
Is Todd Bowles going to call the defensive plays?
No, it won't be Todd Bowles. He'll step out of that and give them a game plan. He didn't call game plays for New York as head coach.
He didn't?
No.
All right.
So
what about Miami?
What about Miami?
Did he do it in Miami?
I don't know.
Did he call the defensive plays in Miami?
I didn't know. When was he in Miami?
It was an interim before the Jets.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. I don't know if he did or not. But typically your head coaches are not doing that unless they're like integral, like your Kyle Shanahan's or your who's old boy from the Packers, Matt LaFleur.
Dick LeBeau.
Those guys want Dick LeBeau.
He was calling defenses.
He's Dick LeBeau.
He was calling defenses for the Packers, bro.
When?
Last year.
No.
Or the year before he retired. Look it up.
Oh, my God. I'm about to look it up right now.
So do you think Brady lets Leftwich call plays, or is Brady like, listen, Lefty, calm down. We got this. Okay, buddy?
No, I absolutely don't think that's the case. I think Leftwich is calling the plays, but I think it's going to be more of a Peyton Manning situation. Yeah, Dick LeBeau at 83 years old.
But he was calling plays.
At 83? When was the last time he was coaching anybody? 2017 in Tennessee. And you said he did it last year in Pittsburgh?
I thought, no, somebody else.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
You need to go have a nap.
Probably. I made a mistake.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't think Todd Bowles is the guy to do that. But I am happy that he was the choice. The Bucs went over experience. I went with experience over Leftwich, obviously. They went with the history, which Todd Bowles has been a head coach and Byron has not. And somebody made this comment. It was a stupid freaking article by CBS Sports. Those folks seem to be going for clickbaits anymore, or clickbait just in all their articles. It's saying something without saying anything. So the head of the article was essentially the Bucs are going to regret the Bucs may regret not hiring Leftwich as the full head coach, and then he could leave to go to any other team, which is expected. He already tried it this offseason, so I don't know what you're saying with that. And then he goes, but it doesn't always work out when younger offensive coordinators leave to go be head coaches.
Isn't that the stupid, what is that? Is that double iron? What is it called?
He's just talking in circles.
Big circle? No, you made a mistake. You didn't sign him, but maybe you did the right thing.
But historically,
yeah, what the fuck is that?
So CBS Sports, I'm sorry, they've lost me. I mean, they aren't saying anything that's sounding like anything legitimate. They're just trying to get people to click. And hey, man, you got me. It was on a Facebook thing, and I was like, let me see what this person has to say, because honestly, if you're a Bucs fan, to me, like I said in my post, we expected this.
I really still think that if Bowles has a shit year, that they're going to promote Leftwich.
No, I disagree. That's not going to happen.
Who are you going to go get?
We're not in a scenario like this where
I think Todd Bowles has a short leash.
I disagree. And also,
is Ndamukong Suh coming back?
It looks like he wants to.
Right.
It looks like he wants to. I don't know if he is or not.
Is it paper-wise, though?
Right. I don't know if it is paper for him. I don't know if it's we haven't reached out. We don't know what it is. But all I know is as far as big name, because Hakeem Nunez-Roches, great player. Do I see him being an every down defensive lineman to make an impact?
Nunez-Roche clip? What?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Hakeem Nunez-Roches.
Roach clip.
Yeah, no, nobody said that, but we know you're an idiot. So
okay.
I'll let you continue to say your own fucking player and Chris Godwin.
You mean Goodwin?
I'll let you say his name wrong because you're a moron. But
you can say whatever you want.
He's your boy.
Yeah, Chris Goodwin next year, maybe when he gets out of that franchise, or if he wants to go play somewhere else and he demands a trade, he could line up very good in green.
Wow. If he gets tired of winning championships and going to the playoffs.
He's only won one championship. And we made the playoffs last year.
And got beat by who?
We were an inexperienced.
And got beat by who?
We were an inexperienced.
Oh, Chris Godwin's team?
He wasn't on the field.
That's what I thought. Just making sure, just clarifying.
You know what? This year's a new year, right?
It is.
And you guys are going down.
I'm excited.
Me too.
I really
We
am.
meet up in the playoffs again. You're getting your shit kicked in.
Hey, listen, I'm here for it.
Me too.
But don't come calling. I don't want to see the tears. We're gonna
fight. Let me tell you something. When it's a home game in Philly, because you guys made the wild card and we didn't, I'm gonna show you what it's like.
Okay. All right, I can't wait.
I want you to wear that Bucks jersey in Philly next year.
No, because you guys, much like you, are morons.
Oh my gosh, we're the greatest fan base in the NFL.
And you guys like to fight just for the sake of fighting. Which doesn't
I'm not
mean
a fighter, I'm a lover.
Which doesn't mean that other states don't have people that can fight. But you guys just like to do it just for the hell of it.
I mean, I don't recommend you go there in pewter, but
I wouldn't.
I would love to see it.
Because I have a head on my shoulders.
I went to the stadium in green.
That's because we have fucking decency and know how to treat people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you see all the bullshit that was happening at the end of the game?
With who?
With all the Bucks fans?
With oh my God. So in the history of football, this happens every single place you go.
Unbelievable.
But there are people fighting. Why?
I felt attacked.
Yeah. You know why you felt attacked? Because you were making sure to talk to everyone wearing red and pewter. Then you guys got your shit kicked in. And I'm imagining one of your other Eagle brothers, because after the game, people were being shitty with me from the Eagles. And so I was like, wow. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Me and Clay went to go get some refreshments.
That's right.
And that guy came up to Clay and was like, 2007, was it 2018? Remember that when we beat Brady? And he was a Southern accent. I was like, Southern Philly guy. What the hell?
Yeah.
And Clay looked at him and was like, scoreboard check, motherfucker. And then he walked to get a drink.
And then it happened to me too.
That's right.
I was like, do we have a problem? And the guy's like, cool. Okay.
I was like, dude, you have a problem. You might want to back away from this one. Double fisting vodka, he was.
Yeah, that guy was full of it.
And you're
amazed that the Eagles fans wanted to fight at the Bucks game when they lost.
I was ready.
You were ready?
Yeah.
You were ready to fight your way to the car.
I was ready to cry. Like the worst part about it is that so I couldn't go to work, so we had to shut down the restaurant because of whatever.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get a red zone possession on our side of the field. Neither team scored a point on our side of the field.
Yeah, they scored a touchdown on our side. Mike Evans got one.
That was the opposite side.
Okay. I'm telling you right now.
I wasn't paying attention.
By that time you were already wallowing in your sorrows.
God, that was a rough game.
Yeah. So a lot of things are changing too here on the draft front. I mean, we're getting so close. Here we are, April. This is like every single day of this month, you get a new and more radical mock draft. I feel like even out further, things are a little bit more trustworthy than right now.
You know what? We're too close to the break to bring up the draft, right? But here's my question to everybody, and you guys can talk about it on the group page and everything.
That's all right. We'll get into this after we get through this break.
Who is going to be the most influential quarterback drafted in the first round? I know that this guy, I know the guy that's not here today keeps blowing up our production chat meetings with Matt Corral is going to be the best quarterback out of this draft.
He is saying that Matt Corral is going to be better than Mac Jones, which I don't see.
And that's his own boy.
Well, that doesn't matter. But just look at the production, look at the numbers, the fact that Mac Jones, even though he replaced other people, went to the Pro Bowl as a rookie.
I know, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard.
So I mean, to think that Matt Corral is going to show up. Anyway, let's get back into that once we're done with our first break. All right, y'all. We'll catch you on the other side. And we're back. I guess we'll finish that draft question in a little bit. But there was news that Tiger Woods is going to
Tiger Woods, y'all!
After swerving while speeding to avoid
He fell asleep.
Is that what happened?
That's what he said.
No way.
I don't know.
They said he was speeding and he was trying to avoid or he was trying to pass another motorist and then had an oh shit moment.
Sure, I heard he fell asleep. Whatever.
I mean, you're going to hear all kinds of things.
Does it matter?
Not really.
Like the fact that he's coming back.
Right.
After such a disgusting, crazy ass fucking accident.
Yeah.
I mean, how crazy would it be if he actually wins?
No, that would be crazy. That would be one of the greatest comebacks ever. To go from the situation he was in to winning the Masters.
Yeah.
4 days of golf. Insane.
Well, I guess we'll have an on-field report when Clay gets back.
Yeah, I think he's going. I think he's going to be there. But either way, I mean, Tiger gets loved here all the time.
Tiger gets love everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Because, I mean, if you look at Tiger Woods as a whole and like what he's been able to do,
yeah,
it was incredible.
He said one of the biggest.
It makes you wonder how.
Yeah.
No other golfer's even gotten close to the shit.
Right.
You know,
and he's still competing. The fact that he's out there is going to be crazy.
The fact that he's doing it now at his age with all his back problems, like that's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here complaining of back issues. Granted, we do a lot more work than Tiger Woods does, I guess, but
no, Tiger Woods does more work than we do.
You think so?
Yeah, he wakes up, works out, lifts weights, goes to the driving range, hits balls for 3 hours, goes and watches film, comes back, hits balls for 3 more hours, and then he goes to bed. Yeah, he works harder than we do.
Okay.
I bet you as much as you want to bet.
I mean, but that's a different type of work, I guess.
Yeah, it is. I'd say his is borderline more exhausting.
What?
Yeah.
I can't be that exhausting to play golf.
Have you ever tried?
Well, I'm still waiting.
You've never even gone to a driving range or hit a bucket of balls and you want to tell me?
I'm hitting a hole in one. And then I'm taking Clay's clubs.
That's another one.
And his golf shoes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm framing them.
I would easily give up all that if you hit a home run. Out of 15 balls on the same hole, I would bet you my mortgage that you would not get a hole in one.
Your mortgage.
My mortgage right now. I would hand you the deed to my house free and clear.
Well, I don't want it.
No, I'd still live here and pay rent while you held my house. That way, once it was paid off and I moved, you had a free asset.
I mean, I wouldn't do that to you, but I would just, you really don't think I can hit a hole in one?
Are you the same guy who could barely do 10 push-ups on my back porch?
I did 20 push-ups.
Out of 6 hours.
It was 3.
No, because you didn't finish, and then you went home and said you finished there.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
I did that stuff here.
I do have the text thread to prove it, so stop playing with fire.
Let me tell you something.
But yeah, no, I'm
my first 10 were good, though.
I believe one of my children was quoted as saying, "What is he doing?"
Well, they had never seen such a good push-up before. They were marveling in the
sure.
In the
even
amazing.
your lovely wife commented and said, "You're embarrassing us."
She's used to that by now, though.
Yeah, I guess
she knows what's up. So yeah, Tiger Woods is back. I have no idea who's going to win the Masters, and that's it.
Yeah, no, me neither. I think Clay wants Jordan Spieth to win, but I don't know how good his odds are. I
saw the dinner menu for the Masters Champions dinner. Let me tell you, I wish I was invited to that.
Really?
Sushi, so the appetizers is inagi and like a sushi, because the guy who won is from Japan. So the guy who won last year gets to choose the dinner menu. It looks really stellar.
Really?
It looks really good.
I did not know that. It does, tidbit.
Yeah. They have the Champions dinner, and he gets to choose it. So the winner from last year chooses this year's. And let me tell you something. It's really good.
Has John Daly ever won?
I don't know. Diet Coke and hot
crab
dog
legs or something? Yeah.
Dude, I would love to sit down and play with John Daly.
Yeah.
Or Lefty. Phil Mickelson.
I mean, I don't really care. I'd love to play with a pro. But
do you think those guys are actually cool people on the outside? Because they look a little snob stuff.
I have no idea. Some of them probably have memberships places, so they don't really need to worry about being rude to anybody.
I mean, they're rich.
Right.
filthy
they
rich.
do whatever they want. I don't know about hanging out with them. I couldn't tell you because you can't be a good judge of character for that. I bet you the Japanese guy would be nice as hell.
I bet you he would. I wonder what Japanese strawberry shortcake tastes like.
Probably
that
strawberry
was the dessert.
Shortcake. Probably strawberry shortcake.
But it's Japanese.
But they still use the same ingredients, dummy.
Are you sure?
Just because they call them something different.
I don't know. They don't call it American shortcake. I don't fucking know.
Oh, my gosh.
You think I would know what a Japanese shortcake tastes like?
You would think.
I never had one.
Is it legitimately called Japanese
It's
shortcake?
what it said. You know what? I'm going to find the menu now because, I
really want to know. I want this spread. I mean, seriously, the sporting events and like sponsored events aren't always known for good food that I've been to. I've been to a handful of them, but okay, here we go. We got the menu getting pulled up right here.
Yeah, so
let me see.
Here you go.
Let me see. Let's take a look here. Masters Dinner Club appetizers, assorted sushi. I'm already there. Sashimi, yep, and nigiri.
Sign me up for that.
Yakitori with chicken skewers.
So
I'm in.
It's like chicken skewers for the people who don't want sushi.
And then for the main meal, it's miso glazed black cod. Yeah. Oh wait, that's not even it. That's it's a soup.
No, it's with the dashi broth.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's like a dipping sauce or something.
And then Mizuyaki Wagyu, A5 Wagyu. When's the last time you had some of that?
Beef rib with mixed mushrooms and vegetables. And then it does legitimately say Japanese strawberry shortcake.
What's a Japanese strawberry shortcake?
It's a sponge cake.
So it's just a fancy word for fucking shortcake?
Yeah, and Amakau strawberries. I don't know what that is, but hey,
I mean,
I would want to be at that dinner.
Yo, tell me that's not a banging dinner.
It is.
Right?
I'm not getting out of appetizers. Somebody once told me a long time ago, they said, do you ever want to get your money's worth at a Chinese buffet? Head down to the sushi bar and fill your plate up full of sushi. I mean, boom, you got it.
That or crab legs, right?
Yeah.
That's the big money ticket. I mean, so let's
tell you what, I'll eat more at a Chinese buffet, eat sushi, than go out and order sushi.
I wish I was sitting at a table where somebody's like, ew, I don't like sushi. I'd be like, you can have my chicken on a stick, and I'll take your sushi.
Yeah.
Yo, what was your
That's not that kind of dinner where they go, here's your plate, bye. They can go, bring me more of this.
You think they can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Why not?
Do you think we can get into this dinner?
Oh, I mean, you got a couple hours to drive, or?
It's tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we make it?
Hi, we know Jordan Spieth. Let us in, please.
I'm friends with the Japanese guy that won last year.
Wow.
What's his name? What's his name, sir?
Wow.
All right, fine. Whatever.
That was bad.
So, yo, speaking of which, we're going to go off topic for a second. What was your favorite lunch trade when you were a child?
Lunch trade?
Yes.
What is a lunch trade?
Like, when you brought something and you didn't want it and, another person would have something else?
I was on free or reduced lunch, so whatever the cafeteria was making is what I ate.
But, you could trade that.
Why would I trade for something I've already got? But I will tell you this. I don't remember any specific trades, but I was always trading for people's tater tots.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so tater tots was your thing.
Yeah.
I was always a fruit roll-up guy. I would trade pizza for fruit roll-up.
Wow.
I would always
pizza you brought from home?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God, for a fruit roll-up. Who are you, DK Metcalf?
Listen, I'm just telling you, growing up in an Italian household, we didn't have that shit.
Spiral went very different. DK had 3 bags of candy, and he's a pro athlete. You ate 3 bags of candy, and here you are with diabetes.
I don't have diabetes.
I know. I'm just saying.
But, so, man, Tiger Woods going to the Masters, and this year, Jesus, come on, Nello, this week. You know what this week is?
Obviously not. Please.
Thursday's opening day. Aren't you excited? Baseball is back, baby.
Okay, great. Good for the baseball players.
What?
Yeah, man. I couldn't care less.
What are you going to watch all summer if it's not baseball?
I've got hockey coming up here for the Stanley Cup playoffs. That is what I'll be watching.
And it'll be over in June.
Uh-huh.
And then what?
And then August is right around the corner.
We'll have 160 games of baseball to watch.
I'm allowed to have a month.
What are you talking about, a month?
Between the draft, or not the draft. I mean, hey, training camp will be getting started by then. At the end of June, because in August is when preseason starts.
At the end of July.
Oh, July. Yeah. July.
Yeah. So you got June and July.
Okay.
So we'll watch baseball together.
No.
Dude, we'll go to a Rays game together.
That I'll do. No problem.
We'll go to that, right?
Yeah, I'll go to a Rays game.
Right? We'll get on the field.
Go plenty of times.
Maybe Fred McGriff can tell me how to run the bases too. Big trade for the Rays. The Rays got rid of Austin Meadows.
This is funny. I heard a story about Austin Meadows that they said he was on the injury designation because his quad was tight from having to drive 2 hours to training camp.
Yeah, I heard some funny things about how he was a little bit of a interesting character, to say the least. But they really gave him up for just a prospect. And he was one of their best hitters. He was part of that Glasnow deal.
He was. And now he's playing for the
Detroit
Padres.
Tiger.
Tiger. Who? Okay, I'm thinking of that. Who's the guy that came over
from the Padres?
Yeah,
Emmanuel Margot.
Oh no.
He also resigned.
Who did we get traded? Who we traded Meadows for?
Tommy Pham.
What? I thought his name started with a P.
Pham.
Oh,
Pham.
No. Austin Meadows trade? No, it's not.
Austin Meadows was traded from the Pirates.
No.
We traded Tommy Pham.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about him coming here for Isaac Paredes, which is why I thought it was the Padres.
Oh, yeah. The prospect from the Tigers.
I get that now. I'm there with you. Just trying to figure it out.
And Jonathan Lowe made the 40-man roster this week for the Rays as well. Big news.
Good for him.
Yep.
Is he a local boy?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Is their top prospect, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we're shocked he made the roster.
Because usually those guys don't really make it, but I guess they cleared room
How
for
about
him.
Wander Franco getting 3 doubles in a spring game?
Yo, I'm ready. Wander Franco is going to be one of my keepers on my fantasy baseball league.
Oh, yeah?
For sure. I traded Trey Turner in the offseason to keep Franco. I have big hopes for the guy. You don't sign a guy to a $100+ million contract if he's going to be a bust.
No, especially when you talk about that CBA, you know they're invested in him.
Absolutely. And that money's guaranteed, so he's getting paid either way, right?
Yeah. Hey, that's a good thing about baseball, man. That's why when you're going out there and you're starting to put on football pads, your mom comes over and goes, here's a baseball.
Yeah, right? That's what everybody should do.
Take this.
But, I mean,
you want
baseball, you got to be so lucky in baseball.
Yeah.
If you're a minor leaguer, as they were saying, you're like 17 people in like a 1-bedroom hotel room, which is crazy.
Which you don't want.
Let me talk about a real baseball team besides the Rays for a second.
Please.
The Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay.
Besides pitching woes, which we're going to have again this year, our 1 through 5 hitter lineup. Why are you laughing?
I just love how you're like, their pitching isn't great. Isn't that the whole point?
No, we have hitters.
Pitching supposed to be the best part of your team?
I mean, we have good starters.
When was the last time a team won a World Series without lights out pitchers?
I don't think that happens.
Exactly.
Wait, but I'm just saying, like we have.
Other than the most important thing that we don't have,
I mean,
we got 5 guys. Whoa, they make it around the bag, no problem. They're good, but we can't pitch.
Well, he doesn't understand. We can pitch okay. Wheeler's good. Nola's good. Gibson is okay. We just don't have the 4 and 5 arms. Like Eflin is good, but we don't have a number 5 arm, and we don't really have a bullpen. The bullpen is the biggest question mark every year going into it.
Sure,
but our 1 through 5 hitters. Schwarber at DH, Realmuto at catcher at 2.
You're naming all these names. It's like you could be making this up.
Bryce Elbapo Harper.
I do know that guy
at 3. Castellanos at 4. And Rhys Hoskins at 5. Not to mention Alec Baum.
That's correct. Yes.
Not to mention Alec Baum, former Florida Gator product. At 6. I mean, come on. Sky's the limit for my team.
I'm so happy for you.
I'm happy too. We're going to win the World Series. People are always saying
we don't know what's going on with the Rays, and then we make it to big time games.
Right, but we're going to make it big time games, and you guys aren't.
Oh, so this year's the one year we don't.
I don't think they do.
Okay.
I mean, Glasnow's not coming back.
Yeah,
he's got Tommy John. Mm-hmm. He won't be back till next year or the end of the year at the earliest, but I really doubt it.
Sure.
You know, that's a big surgery to get over. And, like, the Rays are going to do that pitching rotation where they just openers, closers, whatever.
Right.
I really don't think they have an ace, so to speak.
I don't think so either. Glasnow was that guy.
Now you don't have him. And you don't have Charlie Morton anymore, right? Because he's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
I don't care.
Wow.
I mean, when the season gets started, we're going to see. I can't give you a knowledgeable prediction. Clay could, maybe Ryan could, but, they're not able to make it with us.
Let's just know that the Phillies are going to win the NL this year, and that's just a book it moment. That's not going to be said.
Nice pull up there, CBS Sports.
Woo!
That was good. They're going to win, just not at the time I'm willing to disclose.
Exactly. It's way too early to just disclosing this.
I don't want to book it, but okay.
You know why I think the Rays are going to have a tough time in the AL East?
I can't wait.
I mean, think about it. The Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays loaded up. When I mean loaded up, I mean the Blue Jays went nuts this year in the offseason.
They made a lot of
signings, a lot of trades for big name guys. Big names.
Like who?
Oh, like who? George Springer, Kikuchi.
Just tell the listeners,
I'm
not
just
me.
telling you. I'm just telling you.
Know.
There's a bunch of others that I don't even know. I have it witten on my laptop, and my dumbass forgot to bring it.
They did a lot of trades.
They did though. No, they did though. Barrios is there. Like they have a lot. I'll bring it, and I'm not lying.
No, just put it online. That's fine.
I'll put it online later.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do baseball 101 classes for you. I will teach you the game of baseball.
Oh, no. I know how to play the game.
No. I'll teach you the game.
Yeah, I know how to play.
No. My guinea ass will teach you how to play baseball, and I just now started watching it. No. 2 years ago.
You want to teach me how to watch baseball of what's important. I know how to play.
No. I'll teach you how to play too.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a nasty slider.
Sure you do.
Yeah, throw a meatball
nasty
like a
slider.
champion.
We're going to see one once you end up having to wear that
nobody throws
Dallas
a meatball
Cowboys
like
cheerleaders outfit.
Nobody throws a meatball.
We're going to see a nasty slider then too.
Well, talk about sliding.
Ugh.
You keep bringing up this cheerleader outfit like it's not going to happen.
Because it's not. I don't think it's going to happen because
about?
you are making these bets and you're not following through with them.
I'm just... this is a bunch of fucking bullshit. I'm trying to tell you that I can't find the costume. They don't make them big enough. They don't make tarps big enough in my size.
Did you go to a big and tall site?
They don't have a big and tall women's store. Most women aren't my size.
I can't believe that you're getting after it about the gender thing. You don't even know. There could be a big enough size.
I am putting this out there once again for the Cigar City people. Just find it. Send it to us on our messenger. Send it to me personally. I will buy it. We will post the video, and it'll be great. And then everybody can shut up.
I don't want to put this in my search history outfit for a man.
You can't put it for a man. There's no male cheerleading outfit.
Look at this guy. He's got one on. Holy shit. We're going to get you going here, right here.
Oh, my God.
There it is. We may have found it, boys.
Can you find it, though? Is it, available?
We may find it. We're going to get to that after the show.
All right, so we asked about Matt Carroll. Carroll? Corral?
Yes.
All right, before we go there,
Golden Corral.
What do you think about Pete Carroll coming out and calling out all the NFL coaches about
I think it's their
gender shit?
Not about gender necessarily, but just it was more on the ethnic and racial factor of it than the gender factor of it. But I love how he's saying that, and he is not like the biggest advocate.
So he's had 3 African-American defensive coordinators, and not once has he had an offensive assistant or an offensive coordinator who was an African-American or another ethnicity.
I mean, I think part of this is because Carroll knows that Seattle is sinking, and maybe he feels like he can get some. And he was just hanging out. He was also just hanging out with Colin Kaepernick, so maybe a little bit of that rubbed off on him. I don't know. I would just love for people to do it the way that Arians did it, and just said, "Yeah, I'm going to hire these people," and did it. And then you don't hear him coming out and saying, "I can't believe you guys don't hire minorities." He just went and had an offensive and defensive coordinator that were minorities, and both defensive coordinators that are defensive coaches on linebackers. I would imagine DBs and
didn't you guys have one of the first women coaches too?
Yeah,
positional coaches or some shit like that
this year,
right?
Yeah. So Arians is just doing it. And by the way, I found this fact, and I was kind of proud that the Buccaneers are the one team in the league that has hired twice as many ethnicities on their or ethnic coaches on their staff, or diverse rather, than any other team. Actually, no, that statistic is exclusive to African American coaches. We have twice as many as any other team in the league. Now, women, yes, we were the first one to hire a women's coach,
which is awesome.
No, I agree.
I just don't get why Carroll's got to stick his big ass nose in shit that don't matter.
Well, here's what I want to know is I want to know how true this story is. It's
pretty true. It's been reported ESPN, CBS, Fox, Bleacher.
It's been saying that he said it to the owners
at the owners' meetings.
At the owners' meetings. And then the owners didn't like it when they heard about it. So what was he really doing? Was he just bitching to somebody and it didn't go anywhere?
I heard he was getting loud and scolding, saying we can't just hire people because we feel comfortable with them or we attach.
Was he talking to all news outlets or somebody who could actually make that change?
No. So what happened was he was at the owners' meeting, coaches and owners' meeting, and he said that to all of them. Mm-hmm. And then the news, it leaks. People leak shit all the time.
That's not what I've heard. I've heard he did not say that to the owners.
I've heard differently. What do you want from me?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is there's no validity to it. Nothing to say that he's actually I'd love to know the difference there, because if he's just talking to a tabloid, then to me he's trying to grab headlines.
No,
if he's
trying to talk at the meetings.
I get that, dumbass. That doesn't mean he was in the room with the owners when he said it.
Well, where was he? Sitting at the coffee lobby?
I'm just saying that if you have those meetings, a lot of times you show up at a convention center and there are meetings going all day. So you can be there and press shows up. That doesn't mean you have to do it in the meeting room. See what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're saying...
So I'm saying he didn't say it to the owners' fucking faces. He said it to a reporter who was at this meeting.
Oh, so you're really on this clout tracing angle that he's just trying to...
No, that's why I say the distinction is different from if he said it to the owners or if he said it to the press.
Okay. All right, makes sense. But
because if he said it to the press, I mean, you just want to get this to leak. Are you really trying to make change? Because the first thing I did was like, I'm going to look at his staff. And he's got a lot of guys on there that are African Americans and whatnot, but it's not like I looked at his staff and was like, damn, he's really going out of his way. It's just like,
talk is cheap.
Yeah.
Do something about it.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And that's where I'm just like, I don't understand where this came from. Well, no, I do understand the need for diversity and this whole thing that just happened with Brian Flores and all that jazz, but I'm just saying there's shades of gray. We need more details before we start coming out and saying, oh, well, yeah, that person's 100% correct.
So you're going to watch opening day on Thursday?
No. I'm sure it'll be on a TV around me, but it won't be here.
How would it be around you if it's
We have
not
TVs
here?
at work, just like you do.
Well, oh, okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So I thought Friday was opening day.
Thursday.
For here in Tampa,
But
Friday's opening
Thursday's
day.
opening day.
Right.
Yeah.
But the season doesn't start.
You're right. The Philly season doesn't start till Friday, but the official MLB open day is Thursday.
Yeah, then I definitely won't be watching opening day. I promise.
I know you'll be watching the Phillies on Friday.
No.
Why not?
Not true.
I just told you 1 through 5. Our hitting lineup is insane.
Yeah, who they got for pitchers? Oh, okay. So, moving on.
Wow. You know what, though? I bet you if we did a pitching contest, I would beat all 4 of you.
I would be willing to put that to the test.
We should.
Yeah, be happy to do it.
Yeah.
What are we going for?
But we're throwing
speed?
meatballs.
Oh, okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
We also have to throw a baseball. And I bet you that guy wins.
Who, this guy?
Clay.
Get the fuck out of here.
He pitched in high school.
Ooh.
What did you do in high school?
you know what I did.
Okay, Yosemite Sam.
Wow.
Ooh.
You really don't think I can pitch better than him?
He was an athlete in high school. No, 100% I know you can't.
What?
I know you can't. I've seen your physical abilities. We could definitely tape that. No problem.
Bro, you don't know me. Give me 2 weeks to get over this, 2 or 3 weeks more to get over all this bullshit I'm dealing with on a personal level.
I think you start sweating as you're walking up to the mound.
That's what I used to do. But I'm a physical specimen now.
Now.
Physically training, going to workouts and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting it together.
I'll buy that.
You should see my push-up game now.
I can't wait.
No one's allowed to see that anymore.
All right. So what do you think? We're going to get into some teams here next?
NFL, right?
Yeah.
Getting to that blockbuster trade that we just skinned the cat. The New Orleans Saints, I want to thank you very much for giving us a bunch of good picks for garbage. I appreciate it.
I'm going to pull this up, and I'm not sure I agree with you. But
Howie Roseman is a genius GM.
Oh, wow. Now you totally changed your tune on that one.
He just can't draft.
Wow.
Dude, he's one.
So then why would you be wanting him to get more draft capital?
He's one of the greatest.
Because you did.
He's one of the greatest.
He can't draft, but we just got more draft capital.
He's one of the greatest GMs at signing and trades. Come on, we won this trade.
I don't agree with you.
Are you drunk?
You lost.
What's in this cup?
You lost a first rounder.
We lost a Carson Wentz first rounder.
Okay.
We picked up their first rounder this year, their first rounder next year, their second rounder in 2 years. No, we didn't.
Yeah, you did.
We picked up their first rounder next year, which, by the way, the Saints are going to be a dumpster fire this year. Dennis Allen is a joke. He's a joke.
I mean, we'll see. In terms of the Saints, yeah, they're going to get smashed.
And we're going to have a top 10 pick next year. It's not protected.
That could be true.
And when we do get that, we're going to hopefully not need a quarterback. Because in Jalen Hurts, we trust.
All right, so let's take our second break of the day. Then we're going to get into some NFL.
I still can't believe you don't think we won that trade. Like, that's insane. We also picked up.
You know what? When it comes to draft trades, it's hard to say who won said draft. Because at this point, I mean, it's who they get with those picks. And it could end up being the pick they get at 16 or 17. They're going to end up picking that Hall of Famer, and then they go, oh, the Eagles had that pick. They could have got him. But it doesn't matter because you still picked before him. So
we
either
picked
way.
before him twice at 15 and 18. They got 16 and 19.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of rumors are they're going to trade those 2 picks and move up.
For who?
Quarterback.
Oh, God. I hope that's the case. You mean next year or this year?
This year.
This year and this year's draft.
That's what a lot of these experts
quarterback
are
are you going to draft up for?
No, not us, them. The Saints.
Oh. I could see that.
I think they go after Pickett. I
could
really
see that
do.
Too, for sure. Yeah, Pickett.
But they're going to need to go in the top. They're going to need to go within the top 10 because like all these mock drafts are all over the place, right?
Pickett won't make it outside of 15, that's for sure.
Well,
I'm telling you, there's too many quarterback teams. It happens every year.
I believe that there's 2 quarterbacks chosen in the top 10. I said that earlier when we were talking.
Yeah.
I think the Lions are going to take Malik at 2, and I think Carolina takes Pickett or whoever's left at 6, just because they get scared.
I don't know about that.
Who else they got? They don't have anybody on the roster.
I'm just saying.
Besides Darnold
sometimes
and
it's better.
PJ Walker.
Oh, well, no, you're right. And I'd go with PJ Walker before I'd go with Darnold. I don't know what's going on down there in Carolina, but Matt Rule is playing for his job, and he's one of those guys that's definitely going to try to draft a quarterback and mold him and do what he can. I thought Darnold was going to be the answer for them halfway through the year last year. I was like, damn, look at them go. They're doing great.
We all thought the Panthers were a lot better.
And then he folded. And I want to know what's the common denominator? What keeps happening to make that happen with Sam Darnold? Anyway, let's take our second break, and then we'll be right back. And we're back. I still think we're going to have to see how this trade plays out. And
the trade is already done. Howie's a genius.
To see who gets drafted there before you can make an educated decision.
Genius.
You can say that as much as you want, but it doesn't make it true.
He just needs to not draft players off the scouts board. Here's my one question. Here's my one question for Howie fucking Roseman. When you saw Jalen Reagor, what did you see?
Why are you still on this one?
Because man, if we had Justin Jefferson instead of Jalen Reagor, we would have beat you guys last year.
Oh, man.
I mean, you know what? You get drafted as one of the most special athletic abilities that I have ever seen, and I quote Howie Roseman when he said that, and the greatest punt returner and all this shit, and you muff 2 punts in one game.
I can't wait for him to actually do something, and you come on here and praise him.
Do you know what Ocho Cinco said? Watch, Jalen Reagor's going to have a breakout year this year. I'm like, when? There's no way. Guys got to learn how to catch the ball.
You know what? You've got actually way too much airtime talking about Jalen Reagor on this show.
I'm just saying.
Shut the fuck up.
I also want to thank, before we leave this trade talk thing, I also want to thank Carson Wentz for letting us get a first rounder this year and a second round, a first rounder next year and a second rounder in 2 years. Without that Colts retarded trade, we would have not been able to do that. So can I get a round of applause for Carson Wentz for helping me out?
Yeah, you sure can.
Oh, wow. Now, why'd you do that?
We're done, because we're done with that. Anyway, moving on to...
Before we leave that, one more time.
We're not going to the fucking Eagles again. Shut up before I slap the shit out of you.
One more thing. Just one more thing.
I swear to God.
One more Eagles thing.
Hold on. All right, so...
That's your money.
So, anyway, back to what we were actually going to talk about. They're off too, buddy.
No, seriously, just one more thing.
No.
Just one more.
Go ahead. If it's fucking retarded, I'm going to punch you as hard as I can.
So Jalen Hurts has been recruiting A.J. Brown, right? How about that?
I'm not surprised. Every quarterback is trying to recruit everybody. There's links right now to DK Metcalf with about half the goddamn league.
Where do you think he goes?
Green Bay's one that's been talking about trying to trade for him, which I don't know who they're going to trade for him.
One of those first-round picks, don't you think?
They're also talking about Julio coming to Green Bay, Tampa, every goddamn place. Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, all these quarterbacks are trying to reach out to these people and trying to get them to show up and play.
Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown.
I mean, I don't see why the Titans would do that. I really don't.
I mean, they got to re-sign him, right?
A.J. Brown? Eventually, yeah.
Next year, right?
Yeah.
He's a free agent?
Sure.
So
they're probably thinking they're still right in the thick of it. They finished first in the AFC.
With Tannehill?
They finished first in the AFC with him, without Derrick Henry. Imagine a healthy Derrick Henry that whole time. Maybe that's a different story. Maybe it's a different game.
A lot of mock drafts have the Tennessee Titans picking a quarterback.
I mean, a lot of mock drafts have a lot of teams doing a lot of things.
Also true.
There's also rumor right now that Hutchinson might get backed off of, and they may go with Neal again. And then there's other drafts that have Neal going 12th. It's crazy.
I saw that. And it's just, in my mind, if Neal goes out of the top 10, that's just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Like insane.
I'm like, okay, guys, when did left tackle not become the most important position outside the quarterback?
And especially with Seattle at 9, they have 0 tackles coming back on their roster.
Exactly.
Also, Drew Lock at quarterback. I would.
They're also talking about Seattle going for a quarterback in the draft too. I'm like, I don't get this, guys. Why would they do that?
I don't think there's a quarterback that's worth a top 10 pick. But I read a mock draft where Detroit takes freaking Malik.
Stupid.
And the Panthers
a waste of a pick.
Pickett at 6.
That's a waste of a pick, and in those two scenarios, the Panthers win that.
With Pickett?
As in their return on Pickett for where they drafted him compared to the Lions picking Malik.
True.
Which, trust me, guys, quarterback is not your biggest problem.
And I read a mock draft where the Steelers take Corral.
Yeah. He doesn't meet their scheme at all.
I just don't understand why these teams who need quarterbacks this year, like if I'm Detroit and I'm taking a Spencer Howell at 32, makes sense.
Sure.
But at 2, I'm taking the best freaking player there. And I know we talk about this every week, but I just don't see how you can pass up on that kid, Walker, from the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, no, the interior lineman, he's great.
He could play inside, outside.
Yeah. And
then Jacksonville with Agent Hutchinson. Like, that's why you guys are the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you will continue to be the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I mean, I don't know why so many people are so high on Hutchinson. I watched the tape. I don't see what he's got that puts him so far apart. I mean, I see a great situation for him, but, I mean, is he getting some more love because the Wolverines actually did something this year?
It's a possibility. They beat Ohio State. But even then, like, Ojagbo did better in that game than Hutchinson did. Was more disruptive, but then again, he wasn't getting double teamed like Hutchinson was.
Well, neither one of those guys will be playing at the talent level that they'll be playing with in the NFL.
Also true, because you're actually lining up against a house across from you.
Yeah, and you're also lining up against a house next to you in some situations when you're on the edge. So some of these teams have some pretty decent interior linemen that'll be able to move some bodies, unlike what.
So we saw the first trade for picks with the Eagles and the Saints. Thank you again, New Orleans, for being dumb enough to give us a first rounder next year in the top 10. Do you see any other teams possibly trading or like?
Yeah, I do, and I think it's a couple of them in this division in Atlanta or New Orleans. I see those guys wanting to move up and make a move, and I could see Atlanta making another dumb trade. Although the last big trade they did got him Julio Jones, so hey, kudos, you won on that one. But in terms of going after Malik, there's a lot of people saying they'll do that, and they right now have Marcus Mariota on their team. So I don't see if Marcus is the guy. I don't see if they go get Malik, how they're planning on winning this year. No matter what, the Atlanta Falcons will be in rebuild.
Oh, wow. Complete rebuild?
Yeah, they just lost their whole offense.
But everybody's – what whole offense? Cordell's back. Cordero Patterson's back.
They lost Ridley and Matty Ice.
Well, that Ridley suspension is
so now everybody on defense lines up and goes, okay, they got Cordero Patterson, guys, and Kyle Pitts. That's it.
Wow. That is true.
It's a complete rebuild. Their defense isn't lights out. They don't have a singular stud on defense that they can do anything with.
But there's so many good defensive linemen. Like, why wouldn't they take one of the Georgia boys?
I don't disagree with that, but they're not going to trade up for him. They might get Jordan Davis. They're there to pick him.
Right?
But, I mean,
sear up your interior line for the next.
You were talking about trades, so that's why I think they're ones that make the trades.
So you think they move up?
Yeah.
They move up to like a Detroit Lions, Texans type thing.
They could move up there, yeah, and I think that the Lions, who have already been out there, like, hey guys, we're shopping these picks. If anybody wants them, just call us.
But the price is so high. Look at the Eagles trade.
Yeah,
it's so high.
But Detroit wants to win one, right? They felt like they got so much draft capital trading Stafford, but geez Louise,
win what?
When they got Goff.
Oh, yeah, they did win one. They won that trade.
So they want to get another one like that and get some more capital in the draft.
But they don't have any bargaining chips except for pick.
Yeah, more
that
picks.
Number 2.
Right.
Is there really a stellar guy that's like clear-cut number 2 in this draft?
I'd say it's between Neal and Hutchinson.
Unless you're looking for offensive line. And then in that case, there are a couple boys where you're like, okay.
Yeah, there is. But you never know what some of these owners feel on their board when they're sitting there picking.
How high do you think, not Stingley, what's the other guy, Sauce?
There's some that have him going 8, some have him going 9. And if it's me,
I think he goes to Giants. Because they're trying to get rid of Bradbury.
That's fine. Good for them. But I don't think Sauce is the guy. I don't think he's that guy. In terms of people who aren't that guy, I don't think he is.
So who do you think is the best corner in this draft?
Stingley.
Stingley?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to get either Stingley or Sauce Gardner at 15, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I think we're going to have to go with
That's
McDuffie
why
Booth.
People keep saying that to me about what the Bucs are going to do, and I know I'm covering them here in a few weeks, but it's like you look at 3 huge, or let's say 4 huge positions that have to be filled on an NFL team. Quarterback being 1, offensive line being 2, defensive line being 3, and cornerback being 4.
I don't think you're getting a corner in the first round. Not that high.
I'm just saying that those are those positions that people covet in the draft, and they typically get drafted and picked higher than they should out of necessity. Not so much defensive and offensive line, but definitely QB and cornerback.
Yeah.
People reach on them all the time.
QB, I've seen a lot of reaches.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Baker Mayfield. He went number 1.
We all have. We've
Right.
all seen a lot of these reaches, and it's just silly.
Yeah.
And so in terms of what people need, I'm just saying that there's a lot in this draft, but quarterback and cornerback are things that are going to go fast.
So we obviously agree that the Bucs are going to win the NFC South.
And normally it's because I'm just saying, hey, we're the tougher team and there's a lot of competition. We're always battling with New Orleans. Not this year. This year, I don't see a legitimate contender in the NFC South to take on the Bucs.
Right. I don't think so either. A lot of these teams are rebuilding or don't have the thing. So let's just go through it real quick. Let's just go through the NFC only.
Okay.
Let's just go through the NFC
Yeah.
way too freaking early before the draft and all that shit. Who do you think's going to win these divisions? Besides the Eagles and the Bucs, they're clear-cut favorites in both.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I think the Eagles are definitely the clear-cut favorite in the East. The Cowboys gutted themselves.
Yeah.
I don't like what they did. I don't think they had a great offseason. I think the Eagles are the ones that are going to win that one for sure. Buccaneers, another one that's a no-brainer for me.
Green Bay in the North.
Green Bay in the North for sure.
Unless this new coach from Minnesota can get these boys to
I
play.
think it's going to be another battle between the Rams and the 49ers.
Speaking of NFC West, that's the division we're going to be covering.
That's right.
What do you think of that? That's a completely loaded situation.
Which one, L.A.?
I mean, all of them.
L.A. just signing Bobby Wagner?
I mean, L.A. still got Bobby Wagner, Jalen Ramsey, and Aaron Donald playing on that defense.
Crazy.
I mean,
I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to sincerely regret the way they went out with Bobby Wagner, because they are going to get mollywopped.
Bro, he didn't even know about it until Twitter broke the news.
Yeah.
How dirty
crazy.
is that?
That's crazy.
One of the best linebackers
That's
to
where
ever
you should
play
already
the
call
game.
them. And he already came out and said, I'm going to make sure that Seattle sees me when we play them. I'm like, oh, he is going to try to hurt someone.
Yeah,
So,
he should hurt somebody.
I mean, I don't know. That's going to be a tough division as well. That right there, that division, the NFC West, is the AFC West on the other side. The West on both conferences are the premier divisions.
The AFC West, all 4 of those teams can win that division.
Easily.
Because they all have good quarterbacks, they all have decent defenses, and they all have just weapons.
And somebody's going to get
on
deceived.
offense.
Somebody's going to get deceived because some of these games are not going to go the way that we think they're going to go, or it's going to come down to the wire, and a really, really good team is going to get a lower spot in the playoffs and surprise somebody.
I'm surprised you took the Eagles in the East.
Why?
I don't know, because you got this diehard secret fantasy of you and Jerry Jones in the back alley in his limo.
Yeah, but I also am a realist. I'm not somebody who's crazy like you who thinks, oh, this team is going to absolutely dominate. They got rid of too many key pieces in the offseason to not sit there and be able to compete with the team that's already competing. And Jalen Hurts, as a lot of people don't like to look at, his stats improve every year.
Every freaking year.
And he has been very productive. Do I think he has issues throwing the deep ball? Yeah, obviously.
A lot of QBs do, though.
But he's also been maturing every single year. I don't know if he's going to reach a ceiling, But in terms of people who are primed for success, I'm looking at the Eagles.
I'm just glad we didn't trade to get a quarterback in this draft, and we're going to give him another year.
For sure.
So, like the NFC West, we go back to it. The worst team is obviously Seattle. Drew Lock is going to be their quarterback until they draft somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't work in Denver. Why would it work in Seattle?
Sure.
San Francisco is going to roll out there with Trey Lance. That's the only.
I think they go another year with Jimmy G.
Really?
Yeah.
They're talking about releasing him.
Only because he's too expensive?
Well, I think if they release him, they got to pay him anyways.
So then why release him? Because they were able to get to the playoffs with him last year.
You gave up so much draft capital and are paying Trey Lance so much money. You're not going to sit him for another year.
No, I think they could sit Trey Lance for another year. If they don't, it's not going to absolutely kill them. No, not at all. But I don't see why when he got you to the NFC Championship game.
You are one of the first people that has said roll with Jimmy G one more year.
Yeah, why not? Look at the success.
I mean, he wins.
He does
9
win.
and 2.
And in the end, does your GM look at you and go, hey, man, what's up with Garoppolo's stats? I know we're 9-0, but what the fuck? Where's the yards? No, winning is winning.
Right. He's definitely the ultimate game manager, and he can make a throw here and there when you need him to throw.
Exactly.
And he was one catch away from being in the Super Bowl yet again.
Exactly. And that's why I say you look at Jimmy G and you don't trade him. But now, when his contract is coming up to expire, you've obviously invested in Trey Lance, and who knows what the future is for Jimmy Garoppolo? Are you married to him? No, but if he's under contract, start the motherfucker.
I agree.
And you got Deebo Samuel coming back. That defense in San Francisco is still disgusting.
Studley. They got one of the best linebackers I've ever seen. A secondary that's
Fred
serviceable.
Warner. Yep.
Yeah. Like Fred Warner's a wrecking
Their
ball.
defensive line is one of the best in the football.
100%.
I'm hard pressed to look at other teams that could compete with them on the defensive line front. Say short of right now, L.A. with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Agreed. And like the Arizona Cardinals lost a outside
Chandler.
linebacker.
He went to the Raiders,
and they lost Hassan Reddick, who was on the other side too. So that's big losses for that defense. And I
don't think we see Arizona do another 8-0 Cinderella move.
Do you really trust Cliff Clinsbury to actually get his shit together and get it done right? No, right? Plus, you don't really know how Kyler Murray's going to play with all this drama BS.
I think he's going to play the way he's been playing. I think he feels really stupid that he told his agent, yeah, go ahead and release that letter. Like, I think he looked back at that with a lot of regret and like, oh, God,
they
now I look
lost
like
Christian
an idiot.
Kirk.
Yeah.
They
still have D-Hop.
They lost Chase Edmonds, who was a good scat back, change of pace guy from James Conner. They did re-sign him.
Uh-huh.
I just don't see how the Rams lose that division, though. I just don't.
I think the only team that can do it to him is San Francisco. But they lost Mostert.
Right.
So now they
really didn't use him last year. They had that Elijah Mitchell and who's that other guy?
And the draft could shake out. I think if any team drastically benefits from the draft, the San Francisco 49ers are one of them.
Without a first-round pick?
Yeah. Because you could pick – honestly, let's look at the way the draft is trending. If they're looking for a running back for one,
right,
you could get the best running back in the draft in round 2.
Which there's a lot of second-round talent for that position,
because
especially.
This might be the first draft in, I don't know, maybe ever, that a running back does not go in the first round.
Is this really? I mean, I wouldn't.
I don't know if that's a thing, but last year it's been trending. I mean, look, Najee Harris was on the board.
Was the only one that went
super
first,
late.
You don't think You don't think a running back goes in the first? Not even later? Maybe like in like the 28 to 32. Like, there's no running back talent worth that pick.
I'm not saying that. I just think that nobody does go up and get one.
No, I don't think so. I mean, seeing all the trench and the defensive talent in this draft, I just don't see anybody going to grab a running back with such a position that they're just like.
It's been running back by committee no matter what.
Yeah, right. A lot of teams just bring in 3 or 4 guys that can do it and just like rotate them out because no one wants to spend the money on a running back when it's like a position that is only top tier for like a few years, unless you have a guy like Henry.
Okay, so last year, wait a minute.
No way.
Just 6 years ago. Last year was decreased to 0. 28, Darren McFadden was the fourth overall pick. I don't know because
Najee went 22 last year to the Steelers.
No. I'm misreading that.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me go back to the story. It says just 6 years ago, 5 running backs. Wait, no. Last year that number decreased to 0, but that is incorrect because Najee went in the first round. I don't know. I don't think there's ever been a draft with no first round running back.
I can't remember not even one, but hey, what do I know? I just like to throw meatballs.
I don't know. I think this is going to be that draft, though. There's not one that's worth going up and taking. Last year, Najee, he was worth going up and taking. He made sense. Looking at his skill set and what he'd done, he made perfect sense to go get him in the first round, but nobody else. Years before that, you got somebody like Saquon Barkley. You see him going so highly, and obviously he's a talented guy, but the league is just changing. But this year, it ain't going to happen.
So we're in agreement that the NFC West is the Rams to lose?
No, I think the 49ers could definitely challenge that crown for sure. They challenged it this year.
I don't know, man. Especially
and you don't know if these guys are going to have the Super Bowl hangover either.
That's 100% true. I agree. Okay, but I just don't see the Niners with Trey Lance winning that division.
I don't see any other team than them because the Cardinals and the Seahawks are not going to be competing for that.
No, I don't see the Seahawks competing very well at all. I think they're going to be in the top half of the draft next year for sure.
Easily.
Them. The Lions, the Bears, the Commanders.
The Lions will be back.
The
Giants will be back. There's a lot of teams. I think the Jets, if Sam Wilson doesn't make a big improvement, he'll be back.
Zach Wilson?
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
Yeah, but I mean, look at that division. The AFC East is loaded, okay? Loaded top to bottom. Look, Bills, Miami, and New England. What did the Jets have?
Sure.
They're not going to compete with that.
They can't.
Who's going to compete with Miami this year?
It's funny that Zach Wilson was drafted higher than Mac Jones too. He was second overall, and Mac went 10th.
God, do you think Clay thinks Matt Carroll's going to have a better career than Zach Wilson too? Which isn't saying much.
I could see that. Yeah, depending on where he goes.
Are you surprised Baker's still around in Cleveland and no one wants to go get him?
That is not what I'm surprised about. That nobody wants to go get him. So no, I'm not surprised he's still in Cleveland.
So they're just going to have to release him and eat that 5th year.
Yeah.
Wow.
If they're going to.
The Browns.
Yeah, I bet you if training camp rolls around, Baker's there.
You think so?
If he's under contract, he'll show up.
No way.
You think he's making enough State Farm money or whatever it is?
I haven't seen a State Farm commercial since
State Farm. What is it?
Oh no, not
Progressive. Progressive.
Progressive?
Yeah, where he's in the stadium. There's more than one.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
that's how much
really cares.
I agreed, but there's no way he shows up to training camp to play behind Deshaun unless they know Deshaun's getting suspended this year. Which, by the way, if Deshaun Watson doesn't get a full year suspension, I'm Calvin Ridley. I'm
pissed.
I'm pissed.
I already said irate. I think it's 4 games.
4?
Yeah.
Not even 6?
Nope.
Wow.
And that's where it's trending too. I saw a news article the other day.
That's crazy, man. I get that there's no criminal charges, but that's nuts.
No, I agree. And then you look at the criminal charges that aren't facing Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
and it was $1,500.
It's literally pennies.
If I'm Goodell, I'm looking at the league and going, guys, we're gonna lift this on Ridley because it's silly.
We almost had him. Did you know that?
Yeah,
we had a trade worked out with them, 2nd rounder, maybe like a 6-2, and the Falcons were good on them. They're like, guys, there's an investigation going on. We're gonna have to put these trade talks on hold.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Arthur Blank and company are not bad people.
No,
at least I don't think so. I don't know. I don't really know the
guy. We shall see. But in terms of that division, I definitely see the Rams or the 49ers. Rams and 49ers, I think we see them both with 10 wins for sure.
Wow.
Easily.
10 wins. I could see the...
No, not 10 wins only.
No,
I'm
10 wins.
That's the floor. Yeah, 10 wins.
Okay, I'll give the Rams over 10, and I don't think San Francisco gets more than 10 wins.
I bet they have 11
I think
or
they
12.
Get under. I think they're going to be 9 and 8. I really do. It's really hard to repeat what they did last year. And I'm telling you, they're going to go with Trey Lance, and he's going to have a year of growing.
And that's great. If he does, that defense is going to still be there. And Deebo Samuel's still great. George Kittle's still there. How can we forget Kittle?
I don't forget, but he's a tight end, and he's been taking a beating every year. So he's a little bit injury prone.
He has been getting injury prone, that's for sure. He's not Travis Kelce.
Let's talk about the big thing that caused a little bit of ruckus on the group page. The Lamar Jackson.
Sure.
Is he or is he not an elite quarterback? And in my opinion, if you take the what is the definition of quarterback to you?
That obviously is. When you mean definition, it should be your most productive position,
right? But
which Lamar Jackson certainly fits that.
So, what I'm trying to say is, when I think quarterback, I don't think the oddballs like Michael Vick, the mobile guys, the Randall Cunninghams, the guys that run around. Those guys don't last. They just don't last because they take a whooping when they go to the outside and that linebacker is decapitated.
But however, you can't talk about them in any other category but quarterback. They are quarterbacks.
And I would take Michael Vick over Lamar Jackson today, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day.
Somebody in the chat also said that Vic wouldn't even take Vic over Jackson.
And that's not freaking
true.
Crazy. I think it was Camilo.
I think Vic is clearly the better quarterback. In terms of runner, he was fast as hell. He was a great runner. I think Lamar has had more success. Also, different league than when Mike Vick was in the league. And I'm not going to make a decision. I'm still taking Vic, though. In terms of saying who's better, I personally am taking Vic. But in terms of Jackson, I don't think he's a great thrower. That's my only comment.
Accuracy.
Is he a great quarterback? Yeah, he's a great quarterback. Is he accurate? He's had some great games. They posted, that was the big thing, the whole 37 games or 37 completions out of 43 attempts. That's insane. 5 touchdowns. That's insane too. And no interceptions. Great. That's one game. You play 17 of them now.
You got to keep it on a consistent basis of at least 4 or 5 games at a row.
Because I looked at 19 and 2020, or 2021 rather, because in 2020 he was injured or whatever. I took his last 2 productive years. In completions, he finishes in
19
the
20 because
23rd.
21 he was injured.
Okay, there you go. And then I look at QBR. He lands at the bottom. And that's in terms of him being a thrower. That's my gripe with him.
That's what
Not
I'm saying.
him being a quarterback, him being a thrower.
Because the definition of quarterback to me is throwing the ball accurately to receivers who can catch the ball. When you have a tight end like Mark Andrews, who catches anything you throw in a radius that he can catch the ball, and Malcolm Brown is the same way too.
Hollywood.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they added that guy, Rashad Bateman, this year. He had some weapons. It's not like he didn't have any. Like he had Duvernay. He overthrows, underthrows. He's just not accurate.
Yeah.
Even on a deep ball, which is not, I can't say anything. I mean, my quarterback, Jalen Hurts, can't throw a deep ball to save his life. You know?
Yeah.
But if we're just talking about like throwing the ball in quarterback, he's just not that guy.
I don't disagree.
But if you bring in the athletic talent, of course, he's studly. But in my view, a quarterback is somebody who throws the ball. You can't live or die in the run.
No, I agree. And that's the thing. When you're going to look at these quarterbacks in these big positions or in these big situations, you're not picking Lamar. If you go down to it and you say your team has to drive 90 yards to win the touchdown, to win the game on this drive, you're going to take Mahomes. You're going to take arguably Herbert. You're going to take Brady. You're going to take Rodgers.
I don't know about Rodgers.
You're going to take Josh Allen.
I'll take Josh Allen.
You're going to take all those guys. And
I'll take
Rodgers,
Mac Jones.
yes, you are going to take Rodgers.
I'll take Mac Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll take Lamar over Mac Jones right now. Not career-wise, but right now. I just think Lamar's not the guy you think of when you're talking about the winning drive. Lamar gets out ahead of you and stays out ahead of you.
Right.
And he's had some good battles, but it's not one of those guys like Rodgers who sets records for how many times he's come back and won.
See, the problem is if you can
or Matt Stafford at this point.
If you can play your ends and keep contained and keep Lamar in the pocket, he has trouble.
Yeah.
He has trouble when he can't scramble around to find the receiver. He's not a very good pocket passer. I'm not saying he's the worst, but he's just not very good at it.
Yeah.
And you'll see him because Mark Andrews sometimes makes these catches where you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's very talented.
You know? And I just don't understand what all the hate is.
And let's look at all the names that we mentioned. They've all had very, very good pass catchers around them, for sure.
You know? I mean, I'm not saying that Lamar's had like a Devontae Adams type.
No.
But you got to make do with what you have. You got to at least throw it in the numbers. And I just don't see Lamar throwing balls in the numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He just hasn't been that guy.
Anything else on your mind from the NFL?
We'll see this year. I mean, there's a lot on my mind in the NFL. I'm so excited for the draft. I can't wait to see it and have football be back. We're going to throw the camera on. We're going to live stream it. So if you're bored watching it, make sure to tune in that Thursday because we'll be here watching it.
You know what? If we get the Cowboys cheerleader outfit on, get it here by the draft, I will do as an added bonus. I will wear the Cowgirls uniform for the draft. If we can get it.
I don't know if I want my recording room to smell like that, but I appreciate the sentiment.
I wouldn't want it to smell
We'll
like
figure it out.
Cowgirl either. Could you imagine?
No, I cannot imagine. That would not work out for me.
Shall we talk about the NFC West?
NFC West? No, we're not doing that this week.
What are we doing?
Oh, we just talked about the NFC West.
We didn't talk about
sat and talked about
it.
But
we didn't talk about their draft crap.
Oh, I mean, we talked about this a little bit. They don't have any first-round picks.
Right. San Francisco, but the champions don't need first-round picks. Do you know why? Because they're the fucking champions. And they proved it to the world.
They also got
that you can buy a Super Bowl.
They got Allen Robinson and Bobby Wagner.
Their first pick is in the third or fourth round.
Who do you need them to trade?
Nothing.
Who do you need to draft?
Nothing.
They're not drafting for necessity right now. They don't have a position on the field where they're weak.
They do.
Where?
O-line.
Because they lost Whitworth?
They still don't have O-line.
I think they'll be just fine.
Interior. They need linebackers, outside linebackers.
Bobby Wagner.
Outside linebackers.
I'm saying I don't think I agree with you in terms of what they need. San Francisco, O-line. I don't care. That's all you need to draft. You get to round 2, O-line. You get to round 3, O-line.
How about 4?
Round 4, running back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Round 5?
O-line.
Can we get a quarterback?
Maybe some defensive backs. Too. Yeah, for sure.
What about Arizona?
Arizona needs a lot.
Edge.
They need a lot.
They need pass rushers.
They need pass rushers. They need offensive linemen.
Linebackers.
They need wide receivers. They need running backs. They need everything.
Well, James Conner.
Yeah, they need running backs. All that.
They need an edge rusher. I really think they go edge rusher in the first round.
They still got J.J. Watt.
But who's going to play on the
Who's going to be there for 4 weeks and then be injured the rest of the year and make inspirational posts for the rest of the week?
I know. Why is that, though? Such a freak of nature in the gym, and he can't last more than 4 weeks?
I'm just saying his body's breaking down from how much strain he's put on it, which it makes sense to me. It just gets annoying when in week 5 he's going to be this new blockbuster person coming over to the Cardinals, and he's injured, and he's out for 7 weeks.
And he tears his bicep for the 19th time.
And then at this point, the Cardinals are like, man, he's done that like 8 times. Maybe we shouldn't have re-signed him. I just don't get it. You count J.J. Watt, and I'll say, okay, he's there, but we'll see how long.
What about Seattle? Do you go tackle? I know we talked about this earlier, but like they have no returning tackles.
Yeah, I'll take offensive line for sure if I'm Seattle.
Not
and
even
I'll
if
take
Willis is there, and that's their type of quarterback that they like. That
right. I think they are in on Drew Lock.
Really?
I don't think he's the long-term answer, but geez, I'd say they're going to do the same thing other teams are going to do and try to suck it up and get either Bryce Young or the quarterback C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State next year.
Well, if I just want to put this out there, if Jalen Hurts isn't the answer, I'll put my name in that hat as well.
For Bryce Young?
Yes. I like him better than C.J. Stroud.
I think he's a better quarterback. I think he wins a national championship this year.
Well, you thought that last year, and then Georgia happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at how many members of their defensive line are going in the first round. It's ridiculous.
That
absolutely.
Whole defense.
Yeah, that whole defense is silly. N'Kobe Dean, another one. So 3 D linemen and a middle linebacker are going in the first round of this year's draft.
I saw a draft where N'Kobe Dean slided to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys could you imagine Micah Parsons and N'Kobe Dean on the same fucking team?
No, that would be crazy. I already said that. We were talking about that last week, weren't we? Yeah, I mean, N'Kobe Dean being the quarterback of that defense, and then Micah Parsons being anything anybody needs him to be. He's even the emotional support linebacker back there.
Who, Micah? Well, he's not going to be getting hurts this year, so it's okay.
I mean, he's going to be getting everybody in that division at least once.
We're going to win the division. We agree.
You can win the division. That doesn't mean he's not going to get tackled.
We're going to beat the Cowboys twice.
Okay, if you insist. See y'all next week.
Roll Tide!